Hi everybody, this is Pastor Dave from San Luis Obispo Remnant Church. And today we're going to start talking about false prophets, false messiahs, and what the real thing looks like in the Bible. Only the Bible has true prophets and true messiahs. And the first person we're going to really look at to give you an idea of a real prophet was Elijah. Elijah was during the time period of King Ahab and his wife Jezebel. Jezebel was a Canaanite worshiper, and she set up Baal worship all over the land in Judah. And she was really trying to drive out anything and everything that was from the real God, Yahweh, the God of Israel. So, first of all, let's check example number one of a prophet. He brought this to the king Ahab, warning him what God was thinking about doing and would do if they didn't turn away from Baal worship. Now, in the drought that was predicted, Elijah appears in 1 Kings, and he says that he declares to Ahab, "As the Lord, the God of Israel, lives, before whom I stand, there will be neither dew or rain the next few years except at my word." The pronouncement brought drought, and was a direct challenge to the prophets of Baal and the worship of Baal. And during the drought, God provided for Elijah, but not for that nation. So, God had his prophet Elijah say, "Wake up, Ahab. Keep on worshiping Baal. No water, no rain." And the funny thing is, Baal was one of the main reasons they worshiped Baal, because he brought the storms, he brought the rain, they thought. He brought everything to them. But during this time period, not one drop of rain fell. And they went into virtually a famine setting in. And King Ahab was not really very happy at all. Well, when it was time to have God change his mind, it was not until after the encounter on the worship area where Elijah challenged, "Bring all your prophets of Baal," around 400. And they went to the mountaintop, and that is in Mount Carmel in 1 Kings 18:16 through 40. And it says he challenged the people of Israel to choose between Yahweh and Baal. He proposed a test to see which God would answer by fire. And they all set up their sacrifices for their gods. And all day actually, the Baal prophets called out to Baal. Nothing happened. And they were cutting themselves and just provoking, they thought, Baal anyway to do something and show them something and prove that they had the real God. Well, Elijah says, "Fill up this trench around the altar," or basically the sacrifice area, with water. More and more and more, until the point was it's like ridiculous. But that moment after Elijah calls out to God, Yahweh, the Lord send down fire and consume this. God did it immediately, and it consumed everything. And that day, Elijah took and had the Israel people slaughter those Baal prophets because they were not real prophets. And the people started to turn back to God of Israel, Yahweh. But it still took a lot more after that. And right after that, God told Elijah, "Go pray and tell Ahab it's going to rain." And it rained. So that's a real prophet. A prophet predicts something from God. A prophet predicts what's going to happen. And because it came from God, it happened. We should be believing in true prophets. Don't go by someone on TV that says this is going to happen. Go by someone that's really living with God and for God and is going by his word. Prophets are still alive, but I don't know how many Elijahs are alive. But whatever God says will happen, always has, will happen till the end of time when Jesus comes back. And that's the question today, as always. He's coming back soon, but is he coming for you? And I hope so for you that he is coming. These are the last days. It's getting closer and closer. Jesus is coming back sooner and sooner, but hopefully he's coming for you. Till next time, be blessed. Good seeing you. Bye.